Guys, we are back in action. Head Hassler starring Lolitsalex. Say what's up.
Yo, what's up, man? Long time no talk.
Yeah, it's been a minute, dude. And guys, the viewers, you guys know, we have not seen Lolitsalex in a while. He has been doing his own thing, but that's why he's here. We locked in. We finally got him in the VC. Gonna ask him a couple questions. So first of all, where have you been, bro? Where have you been?
Bro, so, I mean, obviously, the last time I was kind of really uploading was, like, on Viper, right? And, you know, then when Viper shut down, like, Cobra was coming up. That kind of didn't really work out. That was kind of a short-lived little server there, no offense. Yeah. But, yeah, like, originally, I was planning on, you know, uploading on Cobra, right? But over time, just... you know, that kind of didn't really pan out. And I started working on a kids Minecraft channel called Nico and kind of was managing that channel for about the past year or so. And yeah, pretty much just been doing that since I stopped uploading on Viper.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And guys, you guys know Nico. He's got like, what, 5 million on YouTube, something like that? He's
yeah, I think he's at like 3 mil or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's ass. No, I'm kidding. It's insane because 3 million. Lolitsalex been running that channel, managing it. You guys know he's successful. He is a top dog around here, boys. But I do want to get into the juice here because you guys know, we've seen on Twitter, Lolitsalex did post a couple of tweets about Sulium. If you can explain more about the Sulium situation for me.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of like not the longest story, but just a quick little, you know, background here is, you know, a few years ago, obviously Sulium, he's owned multiple Minecraft servers back in the day. And the last server that I worked with him on was Velt. And I wasn't the only one he scammed. He scammed a lot of people. A lot more people came out since I posted those tweets to talk about it. But he scammed me and it was about $20,000. And obviously, you know, this is a few years ago. I had forgotten about it. Like, who cares? I wasn't even, you know, thinking about it anymore. But I'm actually currently working on a documentary, which, you know, we can talk about a little more here in a second, on someone called Aspartame. And in this documentary, basically there's a picture that I was going to use that had Sulium in it. And you know, I'm kind of just like a petty guy. He was going to be in the picture. It's going to be a little 2-second thing. I was just going to, you know, kind of call him out, put him on blast, be like, yo, you see this little rugrat? Like, he beamed me 20K. Yeah. And, you know, that was kind of going to be it. I was just going to, you know, kind of have a little fun with it. But I was like, you know, like, I met this dude back in the day. Like, we obviously worked together on multiple servers. Like, yeah, he scammed me, but it's like, bro, like, I really didn't even care like that. So I decided, why don't I just shoot him a message? Like, because, you know, if I put him on blast, like, just kind of being a dick, kind of being, you know, petty. So I was like, maybe I'll message him and be like, yo, you know, listen, G, like, you've obviously got it a lot better these days. I know you were kind of broke back then. So, you know, if you want to be a man and like pay your debts, like, you know, let me know like what crypto you want to send in, G. And it, like, bro, I mean, obviously, you know, like, he scammed me, like, obviously kind of had some animosity towards him just because of that, right? As anyone would. But, you know, I wasn't even really beefing with the guy. I was just like, you know, bro, like, listen, man, how about you be a man, you pay your debts, and like, I won't have to piss on your name like that. The response I posted on Twitter, that was what he responded. And I, like, at that point, I was like, bro, I can't believe what I'm seeing at this point, you know? Yeah.
He's still talking shit till this day. It's crazy. He's the petty one, in my opinion. He can't get over it.
And dude, it's crazy because I wasn't even, you know, my voice message, I sent him a voice message about it. It definitely was a little spicy, but I wasn't even like beefing. I wasn't even talking shit. You know, I even told him, I was like, bro, I peeped the Instagram and he's looking good. Like, he's obviously living lavish these days. He's, you know, he's doing well. So I wasn't even like trying to beef with him. And he, you know, decides to come back and wanted to start talking shit after all I've done for him, you know?
Like, he's got what, Lambos, some Audis, like bunch of everything, basically. He's got a private jet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if G has got a private jet, but he definitely be renting them out with his friends there for sure.
Yeah, you do rent him out.
But when I messaged him at the time, I kind of really didn't have the full scoop on this guy, right? Like, I just thought, you know, like, he has some money these days. I really didn't know how. I didn't care. I didn't need to know all that. But then he wanted to start talking shit. So I'm like, okay, you know, maybe we'll, you know, send a few messages around and see, you know, what's the scoop on this guy. I mean, bro, I'll tell you, the scoop started coming in and like, it's really crazy because Ro's got to be careful with what he's doing. Like, he's doing some pretty serious stuff and he's completely doxxed. Anybody could easily report this guy in 5 seconds. You just go on a website, you know, government website, you know, send in a report and, you know, he'll be getting a knock 100%. So he be doing all this stuff and, you know, talking shit online, it'd be a shame if somebody, you know, did something like that. You know what I mean, man?
I know what you mean. Like, it always comes back to bite them in the ass. Like, at that point, he's scammed you 20K. Yeah, he's got to be more careful, obviously, but that's none of our business at this point. And,
right. You know, he scams me 20K, then he wants to start talking shit when, you know, I wasn't even trying to beef with him like that at all. But, you know, so some people start telling me about, you know, what his method is. And it's a pretty wild method. I know exactly how he makes his money. And, you know, some people start telling me like, bro, like you have this over him. He's completely doxxed, like, you know, his life could change really fast, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people start telling me like, you know, bro, you should get him feted. Like, why don't you just get him reported? But I was like, you know, why would I want to do that? Like, why am I just going to get somebody feted for talking shit on my name alone? Just one off little message there. Do I really want to, you know, get somebody feted just for that? Right. So then, you know, after I sent those tweets out, I was able to talk to him a little more, right? He starts DMing me on Telegram and he started reacting pretty oddly. Like, he cleared the chats a bunch of times. He basically is saying all this stuff like, oh, I don't even know why I didn't pay you. When, by the way, I have it all recorded. I'll send it to you. You can put it on screen now.
Okay.
So,
bro, I'm driving right now 30 minutes to go to a restaurant with my family. I'll talk to you once I get home. It should be like probably 2 hours.
he basically was saying all this stuff like, oh, I don't even remember, or blah, blah, blah. Like, but, you know, kind of the context back in the day was he just kicked the can down the road like for 3 months saying, yeah, you'll get paid. You know, yeah, oh, it's on me, man. I've been slacking. And, you know, then he's saying there was like a new management team or something. It's like all bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so obviously I have all this recorded there and, you know, it's pretty clear as day. But what I found out after is, you know, I obviously wasn't even the start of the first person he scammed. Like, this dude has been scamming people for years, and there's just an infinite amount of people that this dude has scammed, bro.
Yeah. So basically, moral of the story, Sulium really only cared about the bag. He didn't care about the consequences from actually being able to, you know, make the money. Like, I did see his friend Leo on Twitter posted his Shopify sales, $34 million in sales. Like, dude, how legit can that be? I'm not obviously, you know, you were hinting to saying that he was committing fraud. That's Carson, guys. Old Velt was you know, it might have been a good server, but the owner was a douchebag. Let me put it there. Now we're just gonna talk about, you know, the future of the Lolitsalex channel. So you were hinting towards a documentary. Do you have anything else in plans for the future?
Yeah, so I know a lot of the people who are, you know, going to be watching this video definitely know the name Aspartame 100% and probably have some experiences with him. You know, this guy obviously has a huge reputation in HCF of, you know, harassing people, harassing players, servers, you know, staff, everybody. Yeah, we have a really interesting story. There's a good channel called Crumb that makes a lot of really good, you know, content similar to what I'm talking about. He has a really good documentary on someone called OpenHCF, who is another criminal from HCF. There's a lot of them. Yeah, like, I just originally found that channel, and over time, you know, just really started falling in love with like that style of content, you know, these calm docs on people, you know, from HCF. That was kind of the reason that it got me more and more into it, because I was like, dang, a lot of these people, I literally used to play with them. I know exactly who they are.
Yeah.
You know, with Aspartame in particular, this was another guy who, you know, he donated to my streams. He played, you know, on Viper, obviously, had a lot of history on basically every HCF server. It's a crazy story with Aspartame in particular, because a lot of people only kind of know what he was doing on HCF, like, you know, the swatting people, harassing people, extorting people, but it's a really crazy story. Just think of swatting in general. He kind of took that to an even bigger extreme by hacking into people's Ring doorbells and then swatting them and watching the swats take place, like live from the Ring doorbell POV. So we even were able to get some of the recordings from those swattings in the Ring doorbells to play in the video. So it's going to be a really wild video, man.
That is crazy. I've never heard of that before in my life, but he obviously enjoyed watching people get swatted, which is pretty obviously weird to do. And glad he's locked up, obviously. But, you know, there's many more documentaries I think that you can make, especially in the HCF com. Like I was telling you about the Sulium one, but that's, again, up to you if you ever want to post that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'll tell you, like, you know, because obviously if I really wanted to, I could put Sulium, you know, completely on blast, just drop the full method. But really, at the end of the day, what would I get out of that? You know what I mean? Like, how does that benefit me? Do I really, you know, want to snitch on someone if they're just, you know, I just want to talk a little shit? Do I really want to drop it like that? I could. I could, man. At the end of the day, maybe I just give it 6 months to a year, and then, you know, yeah, I can just make a video on him, because people like him, they definitely do end up getting caught. There's no question about that.
Yeah. So basically, we should threaten him. Like, if you bring back Velt, we won't drop the drop the method. No, I'm joking.
Dude, it's crazy. No, but it's crazy because, you know, I know you kind of were, you know, putting in some of your tweets like, oh, could this revive HCF, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, you'd kind of message me like, oh, like, would you ever play HCF again? And truly, man, I think the only scenario where I play HCF again, it's got to be something crazy like that. Like, you know, if HC Teams is coming back, or if Velt is coming back, like, you know, maybe we talk about it, but, you know, other than that, I don't know, man.
Yeah, if any owners are watching it out there, I'm charging 10K a month to revive your server, and we'll get it back. We'll bring it back, bring HCF back to where it began. But I'm glad we discussed that Sulium story. That was very important. And again, I think in the script I did have, where do you think HCF is heading? And again, you did say like about reviving HCF. It's definitely possible, right?
I'd say it's possible, yeah. Like, if, you know, somebody really wanted to come and bring back one of those like super OG servers, I don't see HCF coming back as anybody making some new HCF server. I really don't see that. One other thing I'll throw in this aspartame video, there's a crazy story in relation to Sage PvP, which is pretty much the only English-speaking HCF server still around as far as I know. And oh my gosh, like you truly aren't going to believe what the story is with Sage in this video. It's crazy.
That is crazy. And did you say when it's coming out?
So we're wrapping up production of it now, like hopefully within the next 2 to 3 weeks, but definitely within the next month, 100%.
All right, sounds good. So I have a couple, just maybe 1 or 2 more questions. But the second last question would be, is there going to be any more tweets regarding Sulium? Because I know he did block you on Twitter. Has anything happened, DMs, maybe privately, that you have not said publicly yet?
Yeah, I'll share with you most of the DMs that he sent me. But after, I don't know, maybe after like a few hours of my second tweet being up, he actually blocked me on Telegram, and then blocked me on Twitter as well. I did see, actually, it was weird, his friend, that Leo guy, one of his tweets popped up on my feed, so he unblocked me, which was interesting. But yeah, no, I mean, it's interesting. I'm curious to hear from Sulium. I think realistically he should be in my DMs just like on his knees thanking me, because bro, if I wanted to, I could, and I think he knows that. And you know, if he really wants to get ugly with it, you know, we could get even more ugly.
Yeah,
you know, we could if we wanted to.
Box it out or something.
Set up a boxing match. Maybe, bro, maybe.
All right, and I know you did state that other people have been scammed by Sulium. Do you want to name those YouTubers by any chance?
So it wasn't YouTubers in particular. It was some other people that worked for him in various different ways. You know, in relation both to like servers, and I think he worked in some other app or something at some point. So I mean, bro has just scammed everyone. We'll just leave it at that.
He has scammed everybody, and that just might wrap it up. So you guys did hear Lolitsalex, first time on the Headed channel. Pretty awesome. Been a channel for 5 years, and we're still grinding till this day. Head Alert, sponsored by Straight PvP, and Sulium scammed Lolitsalex. That is it. If you guys do want to check out Lolitsalex new video, it's gonna be posted in next month, I believe, right?
In June, yeah, in June sometime.
June, okay, June, guys, stick around. Lolitsalex will be posting in June. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you do want to see another, maybe a part 2 or maybe another Head Alert, leave a like, and I'll catch you guys next time. Adios.